Welcome to the Game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game, and today we are doing Tutor Tuesday, where I review a subscriber game and help them, and you, the viewer, get better at the game of Risk. Today's game comes from Victory Not Vengeance, a top Grandmaster player at this game, and we are playing a fixed capitals game on the classic map. There are 3 players and 2 bots. Our protagonist is the black player in this game, and immediately we see that from his starting position, even though the center part of Europe is normally a very good capital, with these blizzard setups, he is actually in a lot of trouble. If we take a little bit of a look at this here, right, from his initial cap spot, we can see that the red player has a guaranteed South America the rest of the game because of the blizzard that we have on Central America. Also, as the white player is a bot, the red player is going to be knocking out and taking this capital at some point and eventually holding Africa. With them having 2 capitals plus a +2 and a +3 continent, they are going to be getting so many troops a turn, probably around like 13 to 14. And if our protagonist is only getting 5, that's a huge problem, right? Because then our protagonist will just be getting so far behind in troops. In capitals, on average, the attacker will lose 1.7 times the number of troops, taking out a defending capital. So there is a defender's bonus, but it's not as significant. So over the long term, if the red player is getting more than 2 times the troops, eventually our protagonist black would be eliminated. The one thing keeping him in this game is that there's also the pink player, but as you can see, the pink player also is taking advantage. We see that our protagonist really just kind of took his time and is really just focused on defending his capital and playing the patient game. Because we also see that pink chose this capital. They could have gone either in Iceland or Kamchatka because they had a pretty good North American play as a whole. To be honest, I kind of liked what the pink player was doing because not only are you making a play going for North America because you have this blizzard right here, but you're also denying the black player the opportunity to get strong as well. Because of that, with the pink player making a really nice move going for this capital to eventually hold Australia, you're going to be in a situation where eventually pink owns all of North America plus Australia. The red player is going to own South America, Africa. Both of your opponents are going to have 2 capitals, and our protagonist is kind of just stuck here. As he's been attacking outwards, his capital has limited movement. The only thing that he has is the long-term game, potentially hoping one of his opponents makes a mistake that he in turn can capitalize on. But immediately when I saw this game live, I was assuming that there was no chance for Victory Not Vengeance to be coming back from this. This is absolutely incredible. This is actually a pretty long game, an hour. So I'm going to be speeding ahead a little bit here because the next moment of this game is going to be when the bots get eliminated. It shouldn't be happening immediately because if you get a very bad trade-in from eliminating a bot, you risk then losing your capital if somebody else chooses to slam it, especially if you are getting potentially a very bad set. The blue player is on 5 cards right now, so it's a potential that someone could eliminate them. But again, I think red would have a chance here. I can understand them choosing to wait instead. Our protagonist also, I think, has a chance. But again, you would have to attack through a 2, a 3, a 2, a 2. And that would be about 30 troops that he would have to go through. And if you get some bad sets and you're left with only a 25 cap, quite possible that the red player saving their troops just rolls you. So patience is the name of the game here. Eventually the bots will be weakening themselves. Players are going to get very strong caps and will expend some of them to take over their regions. So I really like this play of patience that's occurring here. It shows that you really shouldn't be kind of rushing things right away, especially if you're like in a weaker position such as this. And the opponents that you're playing with are overall relatively strong. And we see here the bot had a set on 3. If they did not, I would not have been surprised to see red take them out. So now we're in a pretty here holding pattern now, where we're just kind of waiting a little bit for the players to be making like their next move, attacking the bots. So I'm going to speed ahead to the next moment of the game. You can see right here with the player stacks now being over 100 because everyone's holding their bonuses. Here we're seeing a pretty big mistake from the pink player because the bots have been weakened over time. The players have been keeping them in check, holding their regions. What pink should have done here was eliminate the blue player from the game, taken their card bonuses, because you can see they're pretty high and strong up in troops right now. They would have lost maybe like another like 10-ish additional troops at most. That since the pink player chose not to be going for the kill, the blue player gets one more card. They're now under 20 troops. People have gotten strong, but while the pink player missed a very good opportunity to be going for the kill, look at the red player, you guys. They are making a wonderful move right now. Like, look at this pathing. Perfect lines. Look at the time pressure. They're doing it so fast. And now blue has been eliminated. Perfect removal of the bot. Perfect time control pressure. And then they just go back. Beautiful, beautiful play. And you can see our protagonist, all he's doing is continue to take one card in passing. This is the right move to be making right now because all of his opponents are so strong. It's going to be on pink and red really kind of attacking each other. And Victory Not Vengeance has to wait for a moment for them to be overextending for him to be getting an opportunity to potentially come back into the game because he's really far behind on troops. If opponents really wanted to work together to eliminate him, that would be also an amazing way to be advancing the game. And now as well, the bot on 5 cards, we're getting another really, really nice move here, where the red player is focused on taking out the white bot. Like, they're not getting the best rolls in the world, but they were so far ahead in troops that it's okay. Because now they're going to be able to recover, stay in a strong spot in this game, and now we've entered a pretty nice sense of balance where the pink player owns Australia and a pretty easy hold for North America, and the red player owns South America and Africa, and our protagonist is just kind of stuck in the middle of Europe where they're never able to hold their bonus or region because, again, the first turn of pink was really getting to them. So the next question to then ask yourself is, what's the next moment of this game? And that moment comes within a turn or two later where the pink player bots out, you guys. And this is immediately horrible because now look, this capital of pink has only a 10 on it and is completely undefended right now. And look at red immediately pouncing on this. You can see the black player as well giving like the little thumbs up right there. Absolutely beautiful play. They take over the capital immediately. And the black player, I would have been attacking this 3 because you always want to leave paths open. That's like the only mistake I've really been seeing from them this entire game is the fact that they've left their capital 2 trapped. That really kind of prevents them from doing anything here. And this is the other mistake I'm seeing now from the black player, because this is where the game, this is why I wanted to show this on Tutor Tuesday. This endgame was one of the most incredible things I have ever seen. We can see at the first part of this endgame, is the fact that the red player is getting 18 troops a turn. Our protagonist is only getting 5 troops a turn. Since a capital has a 1.7 times defender's bonus, where the attacker will lose 1.7 times troops on average, if the red player is getting 3 times the number of troops, over the long term, they're going to be over to overextend and eventually eliminate the black player. And then defeating a bot is very, very easy as long as you're able to get cards and avoid overextending. The other thing that we're noticing right now is our black player is not breaking Africa at all. And because they are failing to break a continent, they're just giving the black player all the extra troops, right? Like, there's nothing you can do about South America, right? So the black player, so the red player is getting those extra troops. Nothing you can do about Australia, so again, the red player is getting those extra troops. But in a 1v1 situation, you want to be lowering your troop count of your opponent as much as possible. Because the more times your opponent is getting troops, the more time they're going to be able to extend. And now look at this. Red takes another capital. They are 1 away from just dominating the entire game. One thing I would consider doing right now is just kind of taking 1 capital for yourself. Like, just taking the 1 card and passing. I don't like this move at all. I would have considered taking the capital here in South Africa because it was only a 6 and was undefended. But the red player did make a mistake. And the pink player went in and they have decided to now take out the red player's troops. And look, you guys, even though red's getting a lot of troops, they're expending it too much on the bot. And because they're making all of these attacks, it's taking longer for them to reach. And now look, because of this 9 and 14 is guarding here, there's now an opportunity for black to take the capital, but he doesn't take it. He's just letting the bot get strong here. Now, because he didn't take over South Africa, now red is defending it. So he missed a little bit of an opportunity there. You'll also notice because of the move, an important concept going on here is that the red player, they have turn order advantage over the bot. If the bot is making an error or mistake of some kind, like opening up capitals, and the red player is going to have the first opportunity to capitalize on the bot player. So that's just critical like right there. So anytime the bot is opening things up, it is important that you are acting. And I really think you taking over North America to try to start equalizing the troops is critical, especially when the cost is only about 10, 11 troops. I think what you're basically hoping is that the bot gets very, very strong, and then the bot chooses to break the red player and hit one of their stacks. But as the red player is keeping the majority of their stacks on their capital, they're avoiding any sort of significant mistake. And now we can see a mistake right here, because you see they're highlighting South Africa. They thought that there was a connection point here. But they're doing the same thing as before, where they just leave like a 20 stack here. But now you can see our protagonist has 5 cards and is saving the wild. Again, if he holds his 22, it's game. He doesn't even take a card. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Like, there's 2 capitals right here. I don't know if I like this move because, again, he's just being patient. Yeah, the red player gets Africa broken, but all red needs to do is stabilize. He's getting 18 troops a turn. He just has to defend his regions and avoid overextending, especially if our protagonist is not doing a lot. And look at this. He puts a little bit of extra troops down in Australia to make it very painful to be taking it over. Beautiful move right there. And then successfully takes over North America. 19 troops a turn. If you're getting 4 times, they are going to know what to do with it. And now, finally, the black player makes a move and smacks red. But he lost extra troops as a result of that move, right? He should have been doing that a turn ago, because you can't be letting your opponent get so many troops together in the 1v1 endgame. And now we see, I think, a very good move. So while the red player has the ability to react to pink making a move, if they open up a capital, likewise, if you vacate a capital, pink has the first opportunity to go in and attack it and basically cover your trails. So you're actually using the bot as a shield right now. And look at this. There's now, your cap's basically defended, and you move to basically holding North America. Absolutely incredible stuff. So now red is getting 14 troops a turn, but you are going to be getting 9 troops, or sorry, 10 troops a turn. And red, I think they're overextending a little bit right now, where they are really rushing to get the capitals. Like, yes, they did, but remember, every capital is only giving you 2 extra troops per turn, and you're spreading themselves very, very thin. You can see, even though red has been getting almost 3 times the troop count, because he's been kind of overextending a bit, because you did your timely trade-in, you struck at the perfect time, getting an incredible roll. What the heck is this? Oh my goodness. And now you have basically taken over the pink player's position by making the timely moves. Like I said, I think the red player was kind of overextending, attacking the bot a little bit, and you were not breaking things earlier, giving them some extra troops. But at the end of the day, you found the right opportunity, and you're really using the bot to hold everything down. And red's going in for the attack. 25v50 is about 80%, but instead they choose to break you in North America to really get your troop count down. And you can see red is still holding an advantage. But with only having a 19 cap here, there is the risk of the black player having a set. Sorry, the pink player having a set and just slamming it all into the 19. So I like your move here. You use the slider and you're going in and just attacking, taking over North America, putting pressure on the red player's territories. You don't take it over. I mean, I can understand that because, again, like, there's no use like doing like the 3v1. And you're just waiting to see how the pink bot reacts. This is what, and the pink bot ends up breaking Africa. This is ridiculous. You've equalized the game because of the red player's overextension, having the bot break them here from before, and from you taking over the pink player's capital spot here that red previously took over but did not have defended enough. And now look at this. Map control. You knock the red player out of the pocket, and you're taking advantage of the Siberia Blizzard, where now by just kind of attacking, you're basically being on a knife's edge and trying to hold in North America to get that additional bonus. And if you're getting the additional troops per turn, red is going to fall behind. Even if they have a set, it's not worth it for them to be hitting a 25 because they have to go through a 6 first. The odds would be very, very low. And even if they succeeded, you would still be having this one capital here keeping them alive. But red still has that lead, but it's slipping away from them. And no way, they went for the freaking cap hit. That was such a mistake. They just had to kind of stabilize their position. And guys, I can't believe it. The black player, he was behind the whole game. Pink took that capital from that very beginning. Pink and red were so strong. Red was leading in the end game. Black was making mistakes, not breaking them earlier. Is this comeback actually happening? Like, this is absolutely insane. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Black just takes another capital by using their extra troops. If red breaks again, they risk just losing the entire game if black can just go on a cap run of some kind. And by black just leaving like a little 5-stack right here, they're now able to safely hold North America because of black's previous move controlling the advantage in Asia. And now look, black's just going for another cap run. Like, they have nothing else that they can do, but every hit's just a risk of failure at this point. There's only so much more that they will be able to take. And black goes good game. He just goes for the cap hit. And guys, this was such an incredible game right here. And I am so happy to be sharing this with all of you guys. If you're enjoying this content, please consider subscribing. and check out Victory Not Vengeance on Twitch. But this is OliveXC signing off.